Hi there, friends and adventurers. Heather from Heather's Hikes and Adventures. And today I am going to be sharing with you a few key items that I think every single person needs, regardless of whether you're just simply a daily commuter around town, whether you're a full-time traveler, full-time nomad that's constantly in your vehicle, whatever your specific situation. Before you get behind a wheel, I'm going to be sharing with you a few items that I just recently purchased for my son that I think literally every single person needs in order to drive safely and have a little bit of peace of mind. Basically, what I consider the key, basic, bare bones necessity for any single person before they get behind the wheel, especially if you're going to be alone, but for anybody. So these are items that I all have for my personal vehicle, Tara. And you might be asking, well, why did you just get a brand new haul with all of the same items? Well, I'll tell you. If you have been around for a while, you know that I have 3 teenagers. Ugh, it still freaks me out to think about. And they have their own set of wheels now. And my son has been driving them around back and forth to school, from my house to their dad's house, practice, that kind of stuff. So they are behind the wheel on the road a lot on their own now. And I thought it was past time to get them started on their own safety kit. I've discussed kind of the things that I have inside my rig when I am on the road for safety. But these are things, like I said, that I think regardless of your situation, everyone should have. This is not comprehensive, but like I said, it is a haul of the things that I consider must-haves immediately, and then I figure we'll just build from there. So let's get right into what I got. All right, first up, this I just think anybody should have, or everybody should have some variation of, and that is a hands-free phone stand. This one has several options. It's the kind of suction cup that you can take on and off, and it doesn't damage your dash. You can either put it on the windshield and have it, hanging in front of you, or you can put it up on the dash and have it kind of in front of you that way. That way, they don't have to take their eyes off the road, but they can have it right there, hands-free for navigation purposes. So definitely thought that was a key safety feature. And then too, in case of an emergency, they don't have to be looking around for their phone or anything like that. It's already right there. So that's the first thing. Now let's see what else I got. Next up, this little guy. I have one of these myself, right up in the little side door pocket thing, right on my driver's side door. A digital air pressure gauge thingamajiggy bob. You know what I'm talking about. This is so handy. For some reason, just the plain old manual ones have always been confusing to me. Please don't judge. So this is so much easier. I just make sure it's set to PSI, and then, bloop, put that little baby in. Let me see. Hold, please, while I get this open. There we go. Oh dear. There we go. You know, if this thing is still working for me and it's Heather proof that it's reliable. All right, so I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's set to PSI. And then you just pop that baby in and it tells you what it is. So, and then you can also switch it to barometric pressure or whatever the other BAR and, the different measurements. Make sure it's back on PSI. Okay. And then it just turns off on its own once it's not been used for a few seconds. All right, so on that same theme, let's move along. I want them to have an easy to grab in case of emergency type thing where they don't have to be hunting around for what they need. So, sorry if that's noisy. Pretend it's ASMR. I've been so into ASMR lately. Let me know below if any of you guys are ASMR fans too. I found that it's really good at calming me down in the evening. All right. I just got this cute little plain, small, inconspicuous black tote that they can just throw in the back of their trunk. It does come with this shoulder strap, but I am just going to leave the shoulder strap inside the bag. You can see there's quite a bit of room. I'll leave the dimensions below because I forget what it is, and I'll make sure I have links for everything because, like I said, I really honestly, truly believe that every single person that drives, regardless of their specific situation, full-time, part-time, rarely, out in the boonies, in the city, you name it, you need these. So I'll leave links for all of the ones that I'm showing today below. And I am not sponsored. I bought all of these myself because I really believe that they will help my kids be safe on the road. And so if I'm recommending it and doing it for my kids, all right. Next up, this is not the exact same one that I've been using, but it seemed like the most comparable, and it had really good reviews. So I'll keep you updated on all of these as I test them out and show them how to use them. But this is just, as you can see, a tire inflator. I like this because you don't have to remember to keep it charged. So if you do end up needing air and you don't want to hunt around for a gas station nearby that has it, and you don't have to worry about, oh, shoot, did I remember to charge this or not? Because it just goes, I'm just throwing stuff all over the place. I'm going to put these little extra attachments in. Pockets here on the side so that they don't lose it. But this is just the normal tire inflator right here that's attached, and then the other cord is a 12 volt. So you just put it right in your 12 volt plug, and it's a, I think, 10-foot cord, so it's long enough to reach each tire from wherever your 12 volt plug is that you're using. And that way you always have power as long as you have power to your vehicle. So you can, without needing the help of anybody else or having to go somewhere else, you can put air in your tires. If you notice that the pressure is low, if you need to air up or down, like if you're going up into the mountains or going to be on sand or dirt versus pavement, whatever you might need it for. Super easy. For them, obviously, this will be so they don't have to go put air in the tire somewhere because there are fewer and fewer of those places around, it seems, and why pay for it if you can just do it yourself for free? So, highly recommend these. There's all different styles, all different kinds. This is just the one that I'm comfortable with. So, and you can just set it to whatever pressure you need, and it'll just keep going and then shut off once it reaches the right PSI or whatever unit you're using. Okay, and last up for now, but certainly not least, and it definitely saved my bacon more than once now. And even the AAA person that came out and ended up replacing my car battery was surprised that the one that I had was able to get it started one more time with as dead as it was. So this one is one that I have seen highly recommended by so many people. Everybody says this is like the best brand, and they had it on sale on Amazon, so I decided to go with the best. Ooh, sorry about that. I don't know if that still, does that count as ASMR? Let me know down below. All right. So I'm not going to take out each component right now, but this allows you to jumpstart most, if not all, trucks, vans, minivans, cars, SUVs, probably not a semi, but you get it. They are really great and really effective at jumpstarting pretty much any vehicle. And you don't need to rely on someone else to come along or to be close enough to you to use traditional cables. Plus, with all of the newer vehicles today, you can risk damaging your own or the person jumping you. So really, this is the kind of safest, best, and most convenient option. So I highly, highly recommend having one of these. So yeah, last item for now. I do still plan on getting them like a headlamp or flashlight, some gloves, just a few things like that. And also a dash cam, because I really think that everybody needs that to protect themselves on the road these days. A lot of them can be hardwired or set up to have like Bluetooth if you're going to be close to the signal, different options like that. So I think in potential traffic situations or, for security purposes, things like that, it is a great thing for everybody to have nowadays for insurance purposes. That way, if it becomes a he said, she said type situation, you have the backup. It's, a great thing for everybody to use to protect themselves, I think. So, what did I miss? What am I forgetting? What do you think are key elements that anybody on the road would need, regardless of situation, to help be safer and more prepared for an emergency type situation? I would love to hear your feedback. Let me know in the comments. But for now, I'm going to load this up. And then when I get back from my latest camping trip, I am going to show how these all work and make sure that you have the basics that you need to be safe on the road too. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.